David here with Figboot on Pens, back again with another fountain pen review. Today I have the latest pen from Opus 88, and that is the Omar. What I'm going to do today is go over the parts and features of the Opus 88 Omar, talk about what I care for and what I don't care for. I'll show some measurements, size comparisons, and provide a writing sample. And stay tuned so you can learn how to win this very pen courtesy of Opus 88, who provided this pen for review and for me to give away to one of you. Opus 88 is a company based out of Taiwan and was founded back in 1977, but began producing pens in 1988, hence the 88 in their name. They felt that when they were looking at their manufacturing and design procedures, that they felt that these, in a way, were likened to the creation of music. So they chose Opus to refer to those musical elements. The pen arrives in this box. On the box, it has a logo, which are the Chinese symbols for SU, HSU, which is the name of the family behind the Opus 88 brand. Then inside, the box kind of flips up, and we have some use and care instructions on how to use the operating system utilized on this pen. There is a glass eyedropper, which is included, which is nice. And then we have the pen. This is the Opus 88 Omar. The story goes that the company partners were having trouble coming up with a name for this pen, so they asked one of the partners, "What is your favorite actor?" And he said that it was Omar Sharif. So that's how this pen ended up with the name Omar. For those of you not old enough to remember him, Omar Sharif was an Egyptian actor who appeared in such movies as Lawrence of Arabia, Dr. Zhivago, Funny Girl. He was also an avid bridge player. At one point, he was ranked in the top 50 players in the world. He had a syndicated bridge column that appeared in hundreds of newspapers. The Omar is available in a number of colors. There is a green, gray, brown, clear, and this purple. It's a rather large pen. It has a fair amount of girth to it. Let's start by taking a look at the cap. The end of the cap is slightly rounded and made from a pearl white resin. This transitions into a silver band and then the clip band. The clip itself reminds me of a gentleman's necktie. On the knot of the tie, it is in laser engraved with the name of the company, Opus 88. The cap is made from a purple marbled acrylic resin. It tapers up slightly until about this point, and then it angles down just a bit. There is a very slight step down to the barrel, which is made from a different material than the cap. The barrel is a translucent resin. Now, I've experienced this in certain lighting conditions, and with certain cameras, but as you can see in this picture, the barrel can actually appear a little bit more blue than purple, but to the naked eye, I've never noticed that much of a difference. Like I said, the lighting conditions have to be just right. For the most part, the color matches well. Similar to the cap, the barrel slightly angles up until about this point, and then angles down until you get to a silver ring, which is part of the stopper mechanism, and another pearl white piece, which is very slightly rounded on the end. The cap unscrews to reveal this number 6 Yovo nib. On the nib, it is engraved with Opus 88. This nib is available in extra fine, fine, medium, broad, and a 1.5 millimeter stub. And here's a look at the plastic feed. The section begins with a decent-sized flare and then angles up until you reach the cap threads and a medium-sized step up to the barrel. I find this section long enough to accommodate a wide variety of grip styles, and even if your grip should rest on the threads or even the step up, I don't find either to be exceedingly uncomfortable. This is a large pen, and it has plenty of length to use it unposted. The cap does post. Kind of. I don't find it to post very securely, plus the additional posting length really isn't necessary with this large pen. The Opus 88 Omar is a pen which is an eyedropper only and has a piston-operated shutoff valve. In order to ink this pen, you actually remove the section and then you could use the provided eyedropper to fill the barrel. And you can see here there is the stopper that is inside of the barrel. There are two ink chambers in this pen, one in the section and the other in the barrel. when you run out of ink in the forward chamber in the section, you twist the piston and pull it back just slightly. This pulls the stopper back a bit and allows the ink to flow from the back chamber to the forward one. Then you twist the piston back down to seal off the chambers from one another. It's a nice filling system. One thing that's nice about it is that if you should happen to leave this pen sitting around for a while and it dries out, then you're only going to lose the ink that's in the forward chamber. The chamber in the barrel isn't exposed to air, so it's not going to dry out at all. And this pen can hold a large amount of ink. It has a capacity of around 3.5 milliliters. The Opus 88 Omar is available at a wide number of retailers, and it typically sells for just over $120. But I have seen it on sale at some sites for a little under $100. And I feel that those prices are fair for what you receive with this pen. Are there some things that I would personally change about this pen? Sure. On this model, I could do without the white tips. I think I would prefer if it was all purple, but that's just an aesthetic thing. Overall, it's a decent pen and a fair value. Thanks again go out to Opus 88 for providing this pen for review and for giveaway. If you should care to enter to win this very pen, all you need to do is be a subscriber to this channel and leave a comment in the notes below. If you are a Patreon supporter, you can alternately leave your comment there if you wish. In regard to a comment topic, the Opus 88 Omar is named after an actor. If you were to create a pen and name it after an actor or actress, who would they be? And what would the pen have in regard to any distinguishing characteristics that represented the actor or actress? The comment topic is not required, it is just a suggestion. And additional contest rules and details can be found in the notes below this video. So now it is time for some measurements, size comparisons, and a writing sample. Here we go with some size comparisons for the Opus 88 Omar. Here it is with a Lamy All-Star. Then here it is with a TWSBI Eco. And then finally here it is with a Pilot Metropolitan. In regard to some other pens, here it is with a Montblanc Starwalker. Then here it is with a Leonardo Fiore. And then finally, a brand new acquisition for me is this Visconti Ripple. This has been something that I had my eyes on for a number of years. It's a limited edition of 999, and I don't believe they're no longer in production, and they're kind of hard to come by. But this was one that I found that in new condition that I just love and adore, and that's what it looks like in regard to the Opus 88. So here we have the Opus 88 Omar. This is a medium steel nib, and the ink that I'm using today is Organics Studio. Jane Austen. This is what the purple looks like. It's kind of a more dustier purple as opposed to something that's a little more vibrant like the Montblanc Beatles Psychedelic Purple, or even something like the Iroshizuku Murasaki Shikapu. This is what the bottle looks like, or that's what the box looks like. And then the bottles are decent sized with a decent sized opening on top, so it's easy to use with just about any type of pen. So here we go with the rest of the writing sample. I find that this medium Yovo nib is very pleasant. It is a steel nib. You're not going to get tons of line variation out of here, but the Yovo steel nibs are fantastic, and they're good for what they are. And that in regard to the ink flow, it's a little bit on the dry side in regard to the ink. I think that's more of the ink properties than the pen. And in regard to some reverse writing, it works just well. And then in regard to some fast writing, the feed keeps up just fine. So there we have the Opus 88 Omar. I think it's a nice addition to the Opus 88 lineup and something that's worth checking out. So until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.